Today we're going to read a little bit about Curious George. And guess what? Curious George is going to school. I wonder if he'll go to my favorite subject, art. Let's see. It was the open house at George's school, so the man with the yellow hat had come to school with George. There they are. I want to speak to your teacher, the man said. Wait for me, George, and don't get into any trouble. Hey, look, the art room. George was standing in front of the art room and he opened the door and peeked in. Mr. Williams, the art teacher, was cleaning up. Hello, George, he said. My students will be coming by with their parents today to show them their work. The walls of the art room were covered with the students' paintings. There were paintings of dancers and farmers and racing car drivers and ice skaters, too. On one wall was a chart with the names of all the kids. Each name had a star beside it, except for Alice's name. Poor Alice, said Mr. Williams. She said she left her painting on my desk, but I can't find it anywhere. Here, George, why don't you paint a picture while you wait for your friend? George began to paint. He started with verde green. Keep painting, George, said Mr. Williams. I'll be right back. And off he went. George kept painting, but it was starting to get very warm in the room. On a nearby table sat a big fan. That would cool him off, so George turned it on. But as soon as he did, whoosh, the fan blew the paintings off the walls and all over the room. Oh no. George, cried Mr. Williams, running into the room, look what you've done. Mr. Williams turned off the fan. You'd better help me clean up, George, he said. So George picked the papers up off the floor, somewhere under Mr. Williams' desk. One was stuck between the desk and the wall. When George pulled it out, it was covered with dust, like it had been there for a really long time. This has got me thinking. It was a painting of a little girl riding a horse. We haven't seen that one before. Wow, that's Alice's missing painting, cried Mr. Williams. Now I can give Alice her gold star. When the paintings were all hanging on the walls again, the students and their parents arrived. There was Alice's painting, and there was George's painting right beside it. A little curious George with a palm tree. Now Alice's name on the chart had a gold star next to it. Thank you for finding my painting, George, said Alice. I like your painting too. You should have a gold star. I agree, said Mr. Williams, and he gave George a big gold star. What a champion artist he is, and a good helper too.